Oh, hi everybody, Will here. Yeah, nice to see you and all, or you to see me. Just breaking with my usual format a little bit. Usually today is a day I would talk about the acts and gigs I saw on the Monday or earlier in the week. But this week, something different happened to me or happened to us, the family, with the wife and all. Like I think I said before, she goes on international adventures and stuff, and then she brings us cool stuff back. Like she brought me back this cool shirt from one she went to. Anyway, this week she was preparing her way to go to this place, another place, and then she was like kind of acting all pissed off. Yeah, I know. So I'm thinking she's pissed off. There's two options. Either I did something or I didn't do something. So I thought, I gotta clear the air. Gotta clear the air before she takes off and go someplace. So yeah, right now as I'm doing this, she flew all the way to another continent, and boy, her arm's tired. I bet. Just some old school comedy to light the moment. Anyway, I says, honey, honey, what did I do? You're pissed about something. What did I do? And she says, Will, you didn't do anything. And I'm like, oh my God, okay, it's the other one then. Okay, what didn't I do? And she gets a smile on her face, but then it quickly goes away. I mean, I wasn't meaning to be funny, but sometimes that's what happens. And she says, Well, it's got nothing to do with you. Absolutely nothing. Well, other than, I just have to ask you a question before we continue. Do you ever mention our sex life up there? And I'm like, whoa, okay, that was unexpected. And like when you're on the stage, you get sometimes an unexpected response from the audience. Not that I consider the audience or anything, but thing is, you got to think of something funny to say. And I know that's not what she wants to hear right now. Don't want to perform. So I says to her, honey, don't worry about it. Our sex life is not part of my routine. And that's when I realized but fortunately, she's not a comedian or a heckler, so it just goes right past her. So that's good. So what she goes on to tell me is she supports what I'm doing. I support what she's doing, but she's not a big fan of comedy, I think I mentioned. She likes stuff where she knows what's going to happen at the end, so she feels assurances that it's going to be a good time. Well, the other weekend, we hear this thing on the radio, which is kind of fun to do, right? Like a radio, you're listening, and you don't have to look at anything. You can just like listen, and you can just be with somebody. And it's kind of funny. Back in the olden days, they would like how you get around like a TV nowadays. They would gather around the radio. No picture though, just the voices and sounds and stuff. That's kind of cool. And so kind of we do that. We got a little radio that we run sometimes in the kitchen when we're doing stuff there. And we heard something on there that kind of like maybe it'll be the kind of comedy that the wife would like. It was comedy for ladies, by ladies, and not disrespectfully, but like a little bit older ladies, like it's like the funny 40s or something like that. Like, but not the 1940s, but like 40 years older and older, I guess. So when I'm up there, where I am, I saw a couple ladies. Most of them's the youngest types. Most of the guys is youngest types. But once or two, like on Halloween when I go there was like a really cool like witch lady who like did like witch humor kind of thing, like witch. I'm not even gonna go there. But she was very cool. Very different from anything I've seen there before, which was also very cool. Anyway, so the wife, she said this to some of her friends about this. Maybe we should go check it out. She didn't want to go see my stuff. Of course not. She just gets enough of me at home. She don't need to like go out for this. So she does. She gets a couple of tickets, gets some of her friends, and they're gonna go. So night of, turns out, wait a second here. I'm not used to wearing this here. Turns out then her friends can't make it, right? But she already got the tickets. She got 3 tickets. She got one person. I mean, yeah, that's going to be comfortable. You can put your legs up and stuff, but yeah, it's not as much fun when you're just by yourself. So she goes. And I now realize that after she come back the next day, she came in real late. That's when the pissed offness started. And I didn't get the kids. And we had a good time. We'd watch our own movie and done a thing. So I didn't know what was up. So I says to her, what's it about? And she says to me, do you remember how I went to that comedy club thing for the ladies and my friends couldn't make it out? Well, first off, when I was there was a sweet young man, who hit on me. And I'm like, baby, honey, no biggie. I didn't want to say it because you made yourself up look nice for your friends and yourselves, but I thought you looked great. You look like a princess to me, a queen. So if some guy's hitting on you, he's got good taste. That's what I says. And she looks at me kind of a little bit funny, and she's wondering if I'm joking now, but she knows I'm not, and she gives me a little smile. And she says, thank you for that. And then comes the big part, the bigger part of this. When I went to this thing, I was expecting to feel empowered as a woman, to see other women who'd gone through the troubles and trials I'd gone through as a professional woman in her 40s. I'm not going to tell you what her age is, okay? But it's a 40. She would have been, if she was a comedian, she could have gone up there, okay? Just between you and me, okay? Shh, okay. If you want to know what her birthday is, I'll let you know, but I'm not going to tell you the year. So if you want to send her a gift or something. Anyway, so she goes on. Well, when I was there, I was alone, and there were many people there, and it turns out, well, I don't know how to put this, but there was a lot of whining. It didn't feel like an empowered place for women. It felt like, well, let me just put it this way. The first comedian that came up, her first opening line was that she wasn't 40. Not yet. Yet this entire act was supposed to be about 40-year-olds. So first off, now I'm pissed. They couldn't find one more comedian in the age bracket to showcase. And then I heard jokes about boyfriends not liking their cats, about dating app problems, on and on and on. The same kind of whining I hear you talk about when you hear put these male comedians on, just slightly gender reversed. Just dating foibles and the difficulty of meeting someone else on the internet. Nothing about dealing with things as a woman. So I couldn't identify with any of this humor. There were a duo of female comedians who worked together, and that felt empowering. We're a woman supporting another woman on stage. When one messed up, the other was there to pick her up. Now that felt powerful. And they were doing some kind of old school vaudevillian thing, which I thought was amazing. It was nothing at all like what these other women were doing. That I at least felt was new, even though it was old. It was incredible. And then the end cap. Yet another older woman just telling a story about being a deceptive woman, how being a deceptive girl was her thing. And haven't we seen enough of that? Don't men think of that as us? I saw nothing with dealing with child rearing and being a professional woman. I saw nothing about dealing with men in the workplace who think they're better than me, who think that they have achieved more than me, even though their titles, their positions are lower than mine. In some cases, I'm their superior. I'm their director. I just didn't understand it. The highlight of the night, though, was those two women and getting hit on. I'm glad you appreciated that. And I thank you for not judging me in any way about that. You're my man, Will. You're my man. Lloyd says thank you for this. And I'm like, I didn't think older ladies would be telling the same kind of jokes as younger guys. And that was real shocking to me. And now I can see why she was pissed off. She thought she was going to go to the thing where the ladies was in power instead of the ladies were like, I don't know what they were doing. So I'm kind of glad her friends didn't go, but she had spent for them tickets. So I says to her, because maybe she didn't realize she could do this. I go, honey, maybe because you did only use one ticket, maybe you you get a refund on those tickets. And she says to me, there were no refunds. Specifically said there were no refunds. So I guess I just have to eat that. And I says, well, there's one other thing you can do. And I'm like, you can do a chargeback on a card. You bought it on a card. Please tell me you bought it on a card. Because you can do a chargeback on a card if you want to. Okay, then you get your money back for the 2 tickets and whatever. And then she gives me a look like I'm being disrespectful. And I don't know what I did wrong. We all want to save money, don't we? And she looks at me and she says to me, Will, yeah, I don't think that place deserved those extra 2 tickets worth, but there's no way I'm taking money from other women. They earned it, I guess. They expected it. To take it back from them, that would be non-woman. So I hope they use it well. And I'm like, okay, I get it now. When a woman's in trouble and if another one helps her, you don't expect payback. Your solidarity, your sisterhood, that kind of thing. I mean, I'm not feeling it with a lot of the male comics I'm with. There's some, but everyone's in competition for the time, for the 5 minutes. The clock got more than 5. And there's more than one stage. But that's it. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the time now. I see I went real long. I'm sorry. They broke my format. I mean, I'll be back Monday and then whatever day's next after this one. I think, wait a sec. I got to look at the calendar. I'm sorry. I might have got mixed up. Yeah, okay. So, yeah. So, she's in Europe now, having a good time. Oh, I may book a couple. Okay, no, yeah, okay. There's a lot of places in Europe she could be. Okay, so you don't guys don't look for her. Okay, you don't even know who she is. Okay, you wouldn't even recognize her. Anyway, sorry about that, hon. If you're watching this, which I don't know why you would be. So yeah, so we're gonna keep working on this over here. We picked up guys, armies. Like you use points for this thing. We got lots of points, but we're gonna do a small amount of points. We're gonna do about 2,000 points, but I got like 30 to 40K worth of points of these different things, right? You can have all kinds of big battles. I'll show you some pictures, some close-ups next time. We haven't got them out of the box yet, but yeah, I think it's gonna be a good time. I'm looking forward to teaching Des a couple lessons in this, and maybe you'll learn them real good. Anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and you know what to do, right? Don't make me say it, okay? Please don't make me say those words, okay? But yeah, that's about it. I'll see you later. Because Honey's out, because she's out of the country. I'm not gonna go to a show on the next one. I'm just gonna stay home with the kids, and maybe we'll just watch a show. We'll do some comedy together. They're funny kids. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.